Hey guys, what's up? Happy Monday. Thanks for stopping by. So I got bored tonight and I thought I'd just make a video. Let's talk about the weather and other nonsense. So I'm parked out here at Bojangles tonight. I like this spot. Let me show you why. Let me pan around here. See these hedges? Well, they come up a little over the windshield, so no one can walk in front of the van right here. And I've got my 24-hour Walgreens right there just in case I need something at 2 a.m. And I also wanted to talk about the blackout curtain that I've got instead of the Reflectix. Sorry for the shaking. I usually use a tripod. I'm just trying to do this by hand. So up here on the sun visor, that's where I tuck the curtain. I've got it spread out here on the dash right now, and I just tuck it up onto the sun visor and around the top there where it stops any light from bleeding out around the top, and then just kind of adjust it and spread it out right here on this column that comes down on the windshield. And it is fantastic. I really regret that I've been carrying around that big chunk of Reflectix all this time. Yeah, I just spread the curtain out on the dash and then grab the edge and tuck it up over the visor. And then I have my other Reflectix panels that I put up on the side there. And you know, it's black on the outside and just bare Reflectix on the inside. And it's cut about 1.5 inches from the top, so I can leave the windows cracked and air can still get in here. Now let me swing back around and show you on the outside of the glass. I have these rain guards. Man, that's a terrible picture. You can't even see it. But the rain guards hang down over 2 inches over the glass, and I've got them blacked out so the light can't flow through. And it works great. You know, put up my privacy panels on the passenger window and the driver's window, then hang my curtain up, and it is super stealth mode. Super stealth mode. It never fails. Every time I make a video, do you hear that dump truck? Every time I make a video, it's every fire truck and every dump truck in the city comes by making a lot of noise. But I guess that's just the way it goes when you're a stealth van dwelling. You got to put up with a lot of noise in the city. And this is the third day this month that it has not rained. Only 3 days out of the entire month. And tomorrow and the next day, they are calling for some pour down. So we've got flood advisories all over the county and Nashville Metro. And I have several appointments tomorrow in what's supposed to be some of the heaviest hit areas as far as the rainfall goes. So I don't know what I'm going to do about those appointments tomorrow. I guess I'll get up in the morning and see what's happening. But yeah, it's about 9:20 Central Time right now, and I got to my place a little early and was bored and had nothing to do, so thought I'd talk to you guys a little bit and try to show you the places I look for when I go to park. And hedges, I always look for hedges, and I pull bumper first, pull straight in so no one can walk in front of the van and look through the large windshield. And I don't put up my privacy stuff until probably around 10 o'clock. You know, just in case I decide, hey, you know, I'd like to crank up and go, you know, down the street a little ways to another place. You know, I don't button it all up until I guess about 30 minutes before I'm going to turn in at night. I usually like to turn in by 11, especially if I have a lot of appointments the next day. And another thing to take into consideration is there's a large sign there. You can't read it because of the glare, but it says Publix grocery store and Regions Bank. Let's see if I can get it. And it puts off a lot of light, which is great because when you're outside of the van looking in, that light filters out any light coming from the inside of the van remarkably well. I didn't realize how that works, but if you think about it, you know, if you're in your house at night and you're sitting there with the blinds open and the lights on and somebody's outside in the dark, they can look straight in very clearly. But if it's daytime, which this bright light is almost representing, it's harder for them to look into the window of your home. It's the same with the van. So if I was to walk outside right now and turn my interior lights off, you really could hardly see anything in the van unless you put your face right up on the window. So that's another thing to keep in mind when you're looking for a place to park overnight. So let's scope around. Let's see what's happening. There's the Regions Bank. It's a great secure place to be because, you know, a bank is going to have cameras everywhere. I hope they're not thinking I'm scoping out the bank to rob it. Oh my God, I didn't even think about that. But I park here all the time. I've never had any problems. There's another place about a half a mile up the road. It's got these hedges in the front, but it's also got another row that comes down to the side, so it makes like a little 90-degree corner. And I'll pull straight in and have the one row of hedges across the front of the van and the other row across the passenger side where all my windows are. And I could probably get by without putting up any privacy panels when I do that. And in the summertime, I'm gonna have to leave my doors cracked a little bit for more ventilation. And a great thing I wanted to mention about this GMC van, which is just like a Chevy Express, is it has barn doors on it. And I don't know if they thought about this when they designed it, but you can leave the doors ajar and still lock them. I mean, you can see over a 1/4 inch of light coming through, and so that much airflow can get through, but you can still lock the doors. So on these hot summer nights, it's going to be starting up in about May or June. You know, I'll be leaving the doors ajar, but I can still lock them. And with that, and the fan running too, that's really going to increase the breeze and the airflow coming through. So I just cannot tell you how glad I am that I didn't get a van with a sliding door. The barn doors are the way to go. You can attach all sorts of things to the inside of them, because with the sliding door, if you attach something to the inside of it, then you open it, you're going to bang it off as it opens. But I attached my little buddy heater to the inside of the barn door on the side. I hang clothes over there. Got a garbage can attached to the other door. And I just utilize that area so much, and I would not be able to do that with a sliding door. And I had watched a video from Caravan Carolyn. She got a great channel, and she's always hanging out in the desert, somewhere out in New Mexico or Nevada or somewhere out there. And she had mentioned that she wished she had gotten the vans with the barn doors, but she didn't think about it until after she had bought the van with the sliding door. So thank you, Carolyn, for mentioning that, because it played a big role in my decision when I got my van. Thank you so much for making that video. Yeah, that siren's still going off. It's some sort of utility truck over here behind me. But every time I start making a video, you know, some ambulance goes by, some guy pulled up with a loud exhaust on the last one and sat there and let it idle. Or either that, or it starts to pour rain, and the sound of it on the metal roof of the van kind of drowns out, you know, makes it harder to communicate with you guys, because I know it's got to be annoying with all that background noise. And I apologize for that, but it never fails. Something starts going on every time I hit the record button. But I'm going to call it a night and do some reading. I'm trying to study a little German language for about 30 to 45 minutes every night. So I need to get that in tonight. Got to stay on routine with that. I'm trying to get back into that. So everybody have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. And we will see you later. Hit the alert bell so we can keep in touch. Have a great night. Bye.